What? Now it works? Okay. I have no idea what's going on. Okay, so it's clearly YouTube. YouTube, there's something wrong with your platform. I was connecting, then unconnecting, then reconnecting. This is your second stimulus check and second stimulus package. And second stimulus package and third stimulus package and first stimulus package and 12th stimulus package. Boy, I was reconnecting, then unconnecting, then reconnecting, then unconnecting, then reconnecting. I don't know what's going on with the platform. Same problem as last night. If you had problems connecting and seeing me last night, it was a hot mess express. I was trying, everything in the universe to go live, and tonight suddenly I just kept on pushing the button and pushing the button, and finally got in. I don't know what's going on, but I'm glad I'm here. So there we are. Boy, it's a great evening. It's the night before Thanksgiving, and all the turkeys throughout the house, and not a turkey is turkeying. And not a ham is hammy. But I'm so glad you're here. And CCC is in the room, and there's Dirty, and there's Peyton. Margarita's in Nebraska, and there's Shannon, and there's Margie, and there's Scott, and there's Bobby V. Good evening, everybody. And there is Russell, and there's Adrienne, and there's Janice, and there's Batty. How am I even looking? I just, I didn't even think it was going to work anymore. I was about to give up. Lori, and there's Tammy, there's David, and there's Nicole, and there's Nancy. Oh, Nancy's in the room. There's Ed Sturgeon, and there's Katie, there's Margie, there's Tom, there's Margaret, and there's Diane, and there's Mary, there's Angela, and there's Michael. Happy Thanksgiving. And there's Shauna, or Thanksgiving Eve. Danielle, night before Thanksgiving. And there's Dave, and there's Felicia, and Nita, and Dreamweaver, and Tony, and Linda, and there's Brian, and there's Robert, and there's Flash, and there's Pat Rodriguez, and there's Ona, and there's Connie, and there's Jody. And so, where is everyone in from tonight? There's Flash Howard. Where is everyone from tonight? What cities, counties, and planets are you from? There's always someone from Mars in here. Uh, State College, Pennsylvania, Virginia, South Carolina, West LA. Wow. Or no, West A, WA, VA, Kentucky, North Indiana, Oklahoma, Rhode Island, Indiana, Virginia. A lot of East Coast tonight. Indiana, another one. Missouri, there's Missouri. Texas, okay, we got some Texas. Maine, Kansas, Midwest and East Coast is represented tonight. Marshall, Texas, Midwest. East Texas, Orlando. Okay, we got some East Coast. Texas, Florida, San Jose. Okay, we finally some West Coast in there. New York, New Jersey, North Carolina, Texas, Ohio, Indiana, Palm Springs. Okay, some West Coast. Got two West Coast. Minnesota, New York City, and Chicago, and Indiana. So a lot of Midwest, a lot of East Coast. We've got about two people on the West Coast so far tonight. Anyone international in the room? Anyone watching from overseas or another planet? New Mexico, Indiana, Mississippi, Texas, North Carolina. Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, happy Thanksgiving. Idaho's in the house. There we go. South Carolina, Washington State. Okay, we got some. We always have a lot of Washington states. That's good. Georgia, upstate New York, the Corn Husker State. Go Nebraska. I've been to Norway. Does that count? That does count. USVI. I'm from Mars. There's the Mars person. There's always someone from the Mars, from the planet Mars tuning in. They're the aliens who stole your stimulus checks. You get out more about them at 11. Michigan. Lakewood, California. Oh, wow. It's pretty close. Michigan. Boston, baby, is in the room. Illinois. Happy Thanksgiving. Delaware in the heart. Dark side of the moon. Is the dark side of the moon better than the light side of the moon? Two from Montana. Three from Montana. And from Beta Z. Beta Z. I don't know where Beta Z is. Where is Beta Z? Did I even pronounce it right? Someone's from heaven. Well, thank you. How dare you? Go to hell. I'm just kidding. It's an old joke. You're from heaven. Well, to go to hell. It's South Carolina. The hood is in the room. The hood is in the room. Uh, Altered reality. I'm from Altered Reality. Yes, that's the people that wrote Nancy Pelosi's bill. They're from Altered Reality. Happy Howard holidays from Broward County. Uh, Shaming all the children in the office. Bad to have a bad Thanksgiving. United States Virgin Islands. There we go. Kimara is currently the furthest uh, the furthest person at tonight from the Virgin Islands. There we go. Uh, so let's get to it. Let's get to some stuff tonight. So one of the things I want to start this evening with is a spirit of purple power, which is pushing. Purple power is pushing, staying informed, staying motivated, and staying focused. And ultimately, there's some people that I need to reassure the importance of pushing. We'll start with some humor. Someone said, I contacted EIDL once about my EIDL, and I got them on the phone, but they hung up on me. So I sort of gave up. Another person said, I contacted my unemployment department for escalated benefits and I wrote them a letter. When do you think I should check in with them? Like in about 3 weeks from now? Okay. Another person said, "Thank you, Ed. Wow, Ed Sturgeon for the super chat. Very kind." Another person said, I looked in my city that has 50 people. I can't find any grants in my 50 city person. So what should I do? Uh, what you got to understand is you have to push. I mean, Lord, there's ultimately someone that thinks that calling one day is pushing. Oh, thank you, Patricia, for the super chat. But you really have to push. And what's important to understand is that because this is Thanksgiving Eve, you may think your government departments are closed. Well, they are closed, but their websites are open. So your city's official website, your county's official website, your state housing authority's official website, your utility company's websites are all open tonight. And they'll be open tomorrow. And you can go to those websites and look on the websites to find that CARES Act 1 grants. It's not going to say CARES Act 1. It's going to say assistance. It's going to say rent assistance or utility assistance or food assistance. And it may say COVID grants. It may not use the word COVID. It may say pandemic assistance or pandemic grants. And those websites are open. And what's important to understand is that I'm trying to motivate you to understand that this money is there for you to get. I want you to get it. And that ultimately, the viewers who did very well when I started doing this recordings on last Thursday, to get this rent, utilities, food that all my viewers qualified for, that the ones that got it were the ones that didn't take no for an answer. Tyrone, who was in the live in the super chat in the Purple Power chat, not last night, which is the hot mess night. Oh no, it was last night. Tyrone was in here last night. He was the Massachusetts example, and people were everywhere posting Massachusetts has no rent. Massachusetts has no rent, and so he went in there and he's just like, LA tells me, don't give up. I'm going to keep on looking. And he found it. He found rent was in Massachusetts. People were telling him no. He's like, yes, there is. He found it. And then anyone else would presume, oh, I can only ask, a few $100s for rent. He understood that he qualified for it and put in an application for $14,000, an entire year for a family of, I think it was three or four, and he got approved. And Tyrone got 14,000, as Scott Watson just wrote. Tyrone got $14,000. And so I want you to understand that the reason why I'm using his example is not so much the 14,000, is rather that it was Massachusetts. There were all these comments about Massachusetts has nothing. Massachusetts has nothing. And he's like, LA told me to ignore all that and just focus on getting it. He found it on his own. He didn't have anyone hold his hand. He found it on his own. And then he went and got it. All right, let's change subjects. So someone asked a question about unemployment. Ask your questions about unemployment now. Let's do a little bit of unemployment chatting. UI is expiring in late December. P PUA is expiring in late December. There's Lincoln Matthews. He's from Boston. I got rent. Lincoln Matthews got rent in Boston. Congratulations, Lincoln Matthews. Heather, thank you for the super chat, and that's an adorable little character as well. Uh, so someone in Boston just got rent. Just posted it right there. I don't think we are no money at all been too long. Please explain why unemployment is ending in December 31st. Because let me explain that. That's a really good question. um, Pennsylvania state government site rental assistance closed since May. None untrue. That might be from the state, but not from the county. So understand that's a fake narrative. That person just said that there's no rent anywhere in the entire state of Pennsylvania, in the entire state of Pennsylvania. It's untrue. That might be from the state level, but that's just not true. Let me go back to the person with the great question about unemployment. What's important to understand is there's a thing called FPEUC that was created under the CARES Act first stimulus package. And it said that it would give you an additional number of weeks of unemployment assistance because of COVID. So normally your state's number of weeks of unemployment start with a certain number of weeks. I don't Every state's different. Let me use an example. 10 weeks of unemployment benefits. After those 10 weeks expire, states have a constitutional state authority under their state authority to extend the benefits additional. That's called extended benefits. And the states may extend it 2 more weeks or 3 more weeks. So instead of 10, then you have 13 weeks. Well, FPUC said, we're going to give you an additional number of UI weeks. Those additional weeks of UI are ending. FPUC, the program FPUC, is gone on December 31st. So what's important to understand is that if you become newly unemployed for the very first time in your entire life in February of next year, yeah, you can go get unemployment, but you can get unemployment for the certain number of weeks your state has by law, whether it's 10 or 5 or 6 weeks, but you'll no longer have FPUC after that. If I start back to work, will I get retro FPUC an issue? So there is no such thing as FPUC retroactive. When something's closed, it's gone. And I got to make that very clear to you. When something is closed, it's gone. So FPUC December 31st, gone. PUA, gone. FPUC been gone since July. So if it's gone on December 31st, it means it's gone. It means there's no unemployment. So what I need you to understand is that if you are on unemployment since this pandemic started, and it's UI or it's PUA on January 1st, you will not be getting a penny from your state unless your state does something or Congress does something. Someone from Chile. Oh, photo from Chile. Well, hola from Chile. Wow. So that's what's really important. If self-employed, how do I show the EDD, the highest paid quarter on my taxes for 2019 to get the higher benefit amount? So you pull your 2019 tax return and you send them the tax return to the Department of Unemployment. And the hardest thing is how to get them the letter. In California, a lot of people have problems physically getting them the letter because the website didn't allow them to upload the letter. I think now it's better, but I don't know how it works. Any grants for Texas to start a business? Yes, SBA has grants to start businesses. Absolutely. Um, Good night, everyone. Until we meet again, good evening. Well, thank you. Minnesota governor is working on extending unemployment. There you go. So that's what's called extended unemployment. And these states I think they'll do it, but they're not going to do it forever. So states may December say, hey, Congress is not doing anything. Can we extend the benefits for additional weeks? How do you tweet someone directly on Twitter? It's the @ button and then the word. So at LALATE. Hi from Louisiana. What website do you apply for more weekly benefits? So you can't apply for more weekly benefits. It either happens automatically or doesn't happen automatically. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is ensure that you certify for benefits on a weekly basis. Our business has just slowed down. I can't find nothing any longer. So if you were impacted by the pandemic and you were working 40 hours a week before the pandemic, but now you only get 20 hours a week of business, go on PUA. That's what PUA includes. PUA has a classification that says an independent contractor, business owner is not able to work a full amount of weeks because they're not getting a full amount of weeks. Then you can get PUA. I can't figure out how to get this money. watch the videos and sort of replay them. There's a button. I was watching myself today, a little strange. I was watching myself on the phone, and there's a button in the corner that says CC. You can press that button, and the closed captioning will appear across the screen. And the closed captioning allows you to see the words that I'm saying on screen. Why won't the president do an executive order? Because he doesn't want to help Joe Biden. That's sort of how every president does it. No one wants to help the next person. Good evening, LA. Well, thank you, Jacqueline. Do you know anyone something for Nebraska? Keep looking. Retroactive talks are dead. No, but if something expires, it's not retroactive. So retroactive talks are not dead. How about grants in Maryland? Yes, there are. No LALATE. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Tonight, I regrettably told my two other kids that Santa doesn't exist. Just had to relieve my Christmas obligations. Um, will FPUC be extended? Will FPUC be extended? So you're basically asking me, what do I think is going to happen with the negotiations for stimulus? I think that FPUC, PUA, and UI will be extended. The question is when. And how retroactively, I don't know. I keep on looking, but I only find business helps in Nebraska. Keep looking. Grants for single mothers non-filer. So Bryson asked a question which is good to go over. You don't want to look for something that says single mom, divorced, with kids of 3. They don't phrase them that way. Look sort of broader. Rent, food. That's how they do them. If it takes 2 people to argue and Nancy uses her seesaw at the casino, where do I repay SBA? Repay SBA? There's a way to send them the money through the government's website. Grants to start businesses? Yes, SBA. Rent, food, we need it right now. Look for your city, look for your county. It's everywhere. So if Mitch's bill is smaller, how much do you think the stimulus checks will be? As I said in the check video, which is in the link to this video, you can get the same amount of checks that we're arguing for. Unemployment, UI, PUA, and also hazard pay, but not $10,000 hazard pay, but hazard pay at some amount, and still get it in at $500 billion. So you absolutely, $500 billion is a workable number. Let's just say it that way. Well, thank you for the nice comment, Shy Bay. I really appreciate it. Never got my grant. Kimberly, which grant are you referring to? When would the raise on the SSI begin? Well, as I said in the check video tonight, I hope that Biden puts the $2,400 SSI item in a separate bill. I hope he does not put it in the stimulus bill because it's Social Security, which Republicans support raising. And you don't want to get it muddied with anything else. Do you think we'll get the EIDL advance? So I think that's a good question. I have said that that I think that EIDL will come back, and that we know that Javier Carranza is going to be gone, and that ultimately, if Congress does what they're supposed to do as with a Democratic president and a new Democratic SBA head, that they'll pay the remainder of the $10,000 grant, and they'll do a new EIDL. Reminder to those facing eviction, please fill out the forms, post on the House of Democrats website. I have posted a lot of videos about rent. There's a CDC eviction moratorium. It is in place to December. Some states have eviction moratoriums that are different from the federal government. I don't do that enough in the videos. I should mention as well. But I used to do so many rent videos and no one would watch them. And I don't know if people understood the severity of the situation. But states have eviction moratoriums that are longer than the federal eviction moratorium, which expires in December. Chris, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for what you do. Thank you. Love your show. Where's Sirloin? Sirloin will be back tomorrow. Will you be taking off time for Thanksgiving? No. So, great question. So tomorrow, the programming schedule is the same shows, and I expect to throw in additional live shows. I was really Yeah, so I'll be throwing in additional live shows. The reason why is because I want to keep your spirits intact. Intact. I want to have a lot of fun. I want to have some laughs. I don't want to talk about Nancy all the time. We'll talk about turkey. We'll talk about Thanksgiving. We'll talk about the parade. We'll just have some fun. I just want to get on live and just have some fun and chat with you. And yeah, we'll talk about stimulus here and there, and we'll talk about grants, and I'll answer your questions, and we'll just keep it easy breezy. I want to just have a lot of fun like it is right now. And I just really hope the live stream works. I don't know why it was kicking me out last night, and I was worried it was not going to work tonight, but it did work. Do you think there'd be any chance that UI be extended? Something like, yeah, I believe it will get extended. Will FPUC be retroactive if extended past January? Um, I think that FPUC will be retroactive, but how long is it going to be? How far back is it going to be retroactive? I say that in check. Oh, thank you, Chris. I say that in check tonight, which is in the pinned comment, and also it's also uh, pinned into the chat. I don't know where your chat is located. Maybe it's over here. It's over here in the pinned comment. Watch chat. Watch check. Watch tonight's check video. It's a big video, and in there I say that Congress has traditionally had a problem of letting things expire, and that after they expire, when they go to do them retroactively, they don't do them retroactively enough. So that's my concern. Do you think we'll get the $200 in December? Hard to say. Oh, thank you, Peter, for the nice comment. Um, States are going to give huge grants to nonprofits the way the states don't have to distribute the stimulus. Not necessarily. Um, it is not what you eat, it only matters what you're thankful for. Do you think we might get stimulus before Christmas? I think you will. I think you will. Uh, your set is driving me crazy. Someone had a question about the set. What do you supposed to get? I love to hear the question. Trump pardoned too. Oh, who's the other person he pardoned? Papa. Thank you for the super chat, Papa. Anyone know of any help in North Carolina? We have gotten some North Carolina. Wesley, SBA. Oh, you're set with the windows with the, yeah, I like it. I like it. Um, it shows the dynamic of the set. It's sort of how do you say it? It's sort of behind the scenes. You're actually seeing behind me a reflection of the set that's in front of me, and I actually like the dynamic. What makes it more likely for stimulus to happen now when we've been waiting all this time is the lockdowns and the COVID, which is really sort of the difference. I'm in Washington. Does anyone know I can get help? Keep on looking. What is the website for rent here in California? There is no website for the entire state of California. You have to look for your county, and then you have to look for your city, and then you have to consider also utilities. So, for example, in LA County, there is no rent. They did it in July. In LA City, there is no rent. They did it in August. But there is utilities. You would go on your utilities website. I love your set. Well, thank you. Um, Anyone ask about Indiana? Um, Hello, Shalia. Corn and the cob were pardoned, but no stimulus. Yeah, I know. Oh my goodness. I thought one died though. Did one die? I don't know. I like your hairstyle. I hate my hairstyle. It needs to get cut. Thank you. It's my hair is horrible. Everyone's complimenting the hair today and yesterday. I hate it. I can't stand it. When will there be stimulus before Christmas? I believe there will. Um, I work from home during party stuff. Now I don't. Is that considered self-employed? Yes, if you declare it as income. Absolutely, if you declare it as income. The question was for EIDL. You would have had to have had the operations as of at least as of January, February this year. If you just started the business now during the pandemic, then that's not enough. Live on the beach was great. Oh, thank you, son. I had tried to go live in Manhattan Beach, which was more bright. No, I'm single. It was more bright. And unfortunately, I ended up at another beach nearby, which was more empty, better sound, but it was overcast. So I wish you had seen the earlier beach, which was brighter. Hello, Jennifer from Florida. Hello, thank you for the super chat from Illinois. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for all your help. Who's locking down? We're not locking down Indiana. We may be locking the government up. I love that. What's the amount of stimulus? Oh, super. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. Um, any word on Nebraska? I missed the question. I forgot the other question as well. Um, Good evening from Stilltown, Pennsylvania. I donate 600 turkeys today, but there'll be another. Wow. Peyton donated 600 turkeys today. Thank you so much. That's incredible. Wow. What a wonderful act of kindness. Hello from Milwaukee. Happy Thanksgiving. Starting lockdown here in upstate New York. Wow. Oh, the amount of the stimulus check. That's a hard question. You know, you have two sides that are not working for us. You have the Democrats who kept on shrinking the stimulus check, who should be growing the stimulus check. And then you have Mitch, who we have no really clear guidance on the stimulus check. We have Steve Mnuchin, who always grew it, but never wanted to put in writing what he was doing it. It was sort of like, you didn't want to talk about it or something. It's sort of like like a long lost child that you're just sort of not mentioning or something. So it's really hard to tell where the number would drop. I do not like that when I go online and look for news articles, they say, will you get another $1,200 check? Will you get another $1,200 check? That's what the sort of the articles say. And I don't like that because $1,200 was never the correct number. So, you know, Sandy King, that would be amazing, but doubtful. Sandy, $10,000 sounds good, but then there's Mitch. My check was 15,000. Wow. Hello from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Illinois has rent utilities grants. There we are. I would like to help getting stimulus people. Sandra from wanted to help. Send me a DM on Instagram or Twitter. If anyone wants to help and be a volunteer and help other people um find the stimulus grants, that is really assisting. That is really helpful. There's about 5 people now. I think it's going to be going on to about mid-December, so I don't want anyone to get burnt out because it is, there's a lot of people in need. And so if anyone else wants to help out, send me a DM on Twitter or Instagram and say which account you want people to contact you, whether it's Instagram or Twitter. Um, Ohio said they want $29.95 for the application. I haven't any money. So that's a wrong thing. If you're on anything that says you have to pay to apply for something, you're looking at a private grant. You're not looking at anything for CARES Act 1. It shouldn't even be $1. Scott Terrence, $10,000 EIDL in 5 days. Thank you. Wow, congratulations. So someone's in the room. Scott, I don't know if I pronounced the last name correctly. $10,000 EIDL got in 5 days. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Do you think the vaccine is in 2 doses? I didn't see the rest of it. Will people on SSI get the extra $200 or they get a stimulus check or two? You'll get both. The plan is for you to get both. Um, Anybody here in California helping people get grants, please help me. I'm on SSI. Marcy, so in the community page, um, can you explain how to get to the community page? Oh, great question. I was about to say that. In all the videos today and all the videos tomorrow, I'm always posting in the comments a link to the community page. In this video, at the very beginning of the video, before it even went live, I post a link to the community page. So if anyone can see that community page link, it's at the very top of the comments tonight, the very first comment. Grab it and repost it here for other people to have it. I use my laptop. I don't see the community page. Can someone post a link to the community page on here? I could probably even tell it to you uh, over the phone here. Let's see. The community page is, I think it's youtube.com. Oh, thank you for the super chat. I think it's youtube.com youtube.com/LA /community. Let me show you where it is. Can you see it right there? Community. So it's on the front page of the LA channel, and you look for the word community. Do you know anything about the $200 gift certificates? Um, is that the one for the medicine that Trump had promised? That thing that Trump had promised for medicine, that's not happening. By the way, someone in Hawaii said they're sending out a $500 card for restaurant, a card you can spend on restaurant food. Interesting, really quite interesting. Hello from South Bend, Indiana, home of the Fighting Irish. Well, there we are, Barney. Well, thank you for joining me. Doesn't show on my tablet YouTube. It definitely shows. Absolutely, definitely shows. Don't use Twitter. What did someone say? Um, when do you think Biden's $2,400 would go in effect? Hard to say. Don't really know. Community page for LLA. Oh, I wonder. I wonder if you can't post it in the comments because I have a block that you can't post it. I can post it. Um, but I'm not quite sure. So there you go. Gulfport, Mississippi, beautiful town. Why is Trump being so quiet? Because because he's in the lame duck period. He's not going to do much of anything. Needing help in Arizona, please escalate benefits. Absolutely. Um, do it, Arizona. You can absolutely get it. Greens from do you qualify for rent paying on equity line, saying that's different? I don't know. Go through the process and ask them at the end. Can you tell how much each check? Don't know. Don't know. I mean, it's just all up for negotiations. I made a turkey. I wish I could share it with you all. Well, Sandy, that's really quite nice. And I love Sandy's screen image. It's the MSC screen image. Toys for children. Check for county, city, and social services and government offices. Yeah, I should have said that on camera. That's a big one, and I forgot to mention that. If someone said in the early part of this video that they told their kids that Santa doesn't exist, there's a lot of community groups that will give you, like Toys for Tots and things like that, that will give you unwrapped kids toys during the holiday season. So please don't default to something like that, because ultimately there is offer opportunities to get from either church or the local things holiday gifts. Remember your neighbors. Extra Thanksgiving is community action partnership. So there you go. Hannibal, Missouri. So Stacy Smith, if you need help in Hannibal, Missouri, reach out to one of the volunteers. One of the volunteers is in the room right now. So she can help you as well. The Hannibal, Missouri person. Um, Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Happy. So um, with that, tomorrow, join me taped, join me live. I will be recording throughout the day. I'll be throwing it up different. So, presuming all the live stuff works, make sure you have your alert button hit at the front of this channel. Make sure you hit the alert and you're subscribed so you get an alert. Fire department will have toys for you as well. That's a great comment, Pamela Wagner. Make sure you're subscribed and you hit the alert button, because I'll be going live throughout Thanksgiving, and we'll keep it fun. And with that, don't miss Check. Go watch Check on tonight's video. I dropped it in the pinned comment, and it's up here in the pinned comment as well. Watch Check. It's a big broadcast. As always, have a great evening. Happy Eve of Thanksgiving, and I'll see you tomorrow throughout the day on Thanksgiving. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and save my life for more.